For today's movie review, I'll be reviewing the 1981 film Dragonslayer, a co-production between Paramount Pictures and Walt Disney, which is kind of surreal when you think about it since you don't picture two movie companies like that working together. And most people forget that this is a Disney film. Granted, when it first came out, not many people liked it back in the day, since when they think of Disney, they think of the more family-friendly movies as opposed to the dark, mature stuff that was being made around this time period. And without this film, we wouldn't have the creation of Touchstone Pictures, which has been known to create the more darker stuff that Disney would create later on. And this film does have some bearing on my childhood, since I do remember watching this a lot as a kid, or at least the ending of it, since it was played a lot on channels such as AMC and Spike TV. But the two questions that lay before us are, 1, does this film hold up from my point of view? And should the film be considered a Disney film? As for the plot of Dragonslayer, it's about this young wizard's apprentice who gets sent to a nearby kingdom to kill a dragon, since the king of that kingdom made a pact with that dragon to sacrifice virgins to it every so often, and it just so happens that the king's daughter happens to be next on the chopping block, and it's up to the young wizard's apprentice to slay the dragon. In terms of what I liked about Dragonslayer, the story is really simple to follow, the pacing's good, the movie has a really decent budget from the costume design, the set design, to the special effects of the dragon. And also, speaking of special effects, I like the combination of both the practical effects and the go motion effects that are used. And for those of you who don't know what go motion is, think of it as an advanced form of stop motion. Also, this has some of the best build-up for a creature feature, because they don't show the dragon all at once. They show, like, maybe its claws, or its tail, or like the back of its head, but you never see the entire thing. And even when they do show a physical prop of it, there's always some person and or object blocking the creature's body part. So this just builds up the dragon even more, and when they finally do reveal the dragon in all its glory, it's just magnificent. Also, this is one of the most memorable movie dragons, because when you look at this dragon, you can tell that a lot of dragons from this point onward borrowed design from us, because this is the first dragon to do the whole wyvern trend that Hollywood's using now and then for their movies, and the effects for it are great. And in terms of what I disliked with the movie, as far as the characters go, they're okay. I didn't think really any of them stood out, except for one guy, but that's about it. Also, some plot points in our characters don't really make any sense. Like, there's a big plot point where it turns out, oh, one of the characters is actually a woman instead of a man, even though you could easily put two and two together when you first see the character. But then it's like, oh, all of a sudden she reveals that she's actually a woman to a whole village, and then all of a sudden it just doesn't go anywhere. Like, that's it. Also, there's like this one character, you don't really get his sense of motivation as to why he's a dick to everybody, especially the main character. And as far as the other plot point goes, I'm not going to mention this plot point, but it involves the wizard. And let's just say it's a really stupid development as far as a plot point goes. And at one point in the film, you find out that the dragon has babies. And when you look at the babies in comparison to the adult dragon, they look absolutely nothing alike. Like, the babies almost look like demented bulldog puppies, while the dragon actually looks like a dragon. For my final verdict of Dragonslayer, watching it again, the movie's not as good as I remember it being, but I do enjoy the film on a more technical level, and it has one of the more memorable movie dragons seen on film. Hell, the dragon's so memorable that it served as the main inspiration behind Smaug's design from the Hobbit trilogy. And even though the film is not that great, I do think it should be celebrated as one of the more darker films Disney has ever produced in its filmmaking history. And rumor has it that it has gained a cult following since then. Just, I wish the cult following was a lot bigger. And so, before I give my final rating, what did everyone else have to say about Dragonslayer? Looks just got between average to positive reviews. And for my final rating of Dragonslayer, I give it 3.5 out of 5. So, what's your favorite movie dragon? And see you later.